Hello, everyone. Hello from South Africa, from Johannesburg, where I've been for a few days now. I'm here reporting for RFI. So, if you don't follow African politics, you may not know, but South Africa will have an important election at the end of the month on the 29th of May. It is important because it's the first election where the main party, the party in power, is challenged. So this year happens to be 30 years after the end of apartheid in South Africa, and 30 years ago Nelson Mandela came to power as president, and he was the first black president of this country. Now, obviously, after 30 years, a lot of people are looking at his legacy, but also what has changed hasn't changed since he left power and since he passed. And so that's why the party founded by Mandela and his supporters to fight apartheid, the African National Congress, is now a little bit challenged because they've been in power since 1994, and a lot of people blame them now for the legacy, the negative legacy of this few years where South African economy has slowed down, and the poorest in the country have been living very difficult times, especially since COVID. So you have other parties in South Africa like the Democratic Alliance and the Economic Freedom Fighters, or Action SA, who are challenging them. And the polls tell us that maybe ANC won't be able to stand a majority. In that case, they would have to form a coalition. This is what we're reporting about. I'm actually also meeting with different organizations to talk about this history, 30 years since Mandela, but also to talk about the history of the fight against apartheid and discrimination in South Africa. And around that, I'm also very much interested in inequality in this country, which is one of the main issues, as much as corruption. I'm working for an international broadcaster named RFI. For those who speak French, RFI, Radio France Internationale. I write, record, and film for RFI English. And you can find all the content on rfi.fr/en, and also on my blog, Melissa on the Road, and on my Twitter, where I'm the most active, which is Melissa Shemam. And I'll be back soon to let you know more about the program. Today, actually, we launched the third episode of our Africa podcast, titled Spotlight on Africa. And you can find it on our website, or type Spotlight on Africa, RFI Melissa Shemam, and you'll find it on Google very simply, very easily. I'm looking forward for any feedback, and I look forward to talking to some of you when I get back. I'm still here for a couple of days, and you've seen some of the images. I'll post some more. Cheers.